What's up guys, Mr. Turbo 458. We are going to put the Yamaha Warrior engine back together finally. I've had some problems with some cam bearings, trying to get them pulled. A lot of shops wouldn't touch it. I finally ended up doing it myself. We're going to explain how I did that real quick. Also, we replaced the rockers and the rocker pins. All the valves, all the valve springs, everything is new in the head. So that's a good thing. So let's kind of go over what I did. What we ended up doing to get this cam bearing out, which is down in there, you can see it, the small silver ring, probably about 4 inches down in there. The catch is I don't have the right puller. Here's the old bearing, and if you hammer it too much just to get it in there, you will actually bend it and you can bind the bearing. What I did was I dripped candle wax in there to fill up the entire hole, essentially the inside of this bearing, the old one. I sanded down this piece of brass rod so that the brass rod fits in the needle bearing fairly snug. And then all I did was I put the brass rod down in the head there and hammered it. The hydraulic pressure from the wax pushed the bearing out and it came out pressed onto the shaft like that. That was an awesome accomplishment, especially considering the stupid motorcycle shop I took this to did not want to work on it. Just investing a little bit of time, I think it took me 15 minutes to get the bearing out, the old bearing out. Just investing a little bit of time, that saved me a bunch of money. Don't necessarily always rely on a shop. Try and do it yourself is what I try and do. I also used an arbor press to press the new outer cam bearing on to our new camshaft. This is a stage 1. It was $55 and it has the same grind profile as the hot cam stage 1. To get the new bearing in there, I put the bearing in this box and it was in this bag. Put it in there and I put it in the freezer overnight. The idea is to contract the bearing. Then I heated the head up and essentially just kind of lightly tapped the bearing in with a piece of plastic rod and a rubber mallet. The bearing seated fine, everything worked out really well. If you're following the build on DIY go-karts, you may have seen some update pictures. I cut the upper tube off right here, and I also cut the seat mount and the Predator style engine plate, which is all laying on the floor over there. That is all the tubing that I'm going to need to modify this frame. I'm thinking about doing different forks. Hopefully the guy on Craigslist gets back to me. So our head's gonna go on there and we're all set for that. So that's probably gonna be the next step. And just like magic, the engine's back together. I need to final torque the head, adjust the valves roughly. They're supposed to be adjusted when hot, I believe. And there you have it, an assembled engine. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for another update where we're going to be doing lots of TIG welding, cutting, grinding, and frame modification. That should be a much funner episode. Yeah, I know I said funner. Anyway, doesn't really matter. Catch you on the next one.